Getting off the ice now, it's a clash of lacrosse titans in the Carrier Dome tomorrow. Syracuse and Johns Hopkins, the Orange still undefeated. There are only 4 teams left, and while the players are the ones giving it all on the court, there is always a man behind the curtain guiding them to success. There are 2 constant things in Coach Wilcox's life, lacrosse and Coach Fiorini. One has manifested itself into a dream of becoming Beeville's next head lacrosse coach, and one helped him get there. And then we'll talk about on the offensive end, Brandon Adams. How important was it for him to step up tonight and make those 2 goals? Chicago sports took 2 hits this week. Bulls guard Derrick Rose out yet again as he underwent successful surgery to repair his torn meniscus Friday. The Oswego State men's tennis team fell Thursday to St. John Fisher, but will look to redeem themselves today at 3:30 against Keystone College. Baseball has officially begun as the Cardinals beat the Cubs earlier tonight in the first game of the season. The rest of the league will start this week. With just 1 win so far over a ranked opponent, Johns Hopkins might not look so formidable on paper this season. Good evening, I'm Alicia Daddario. But the rivalry of the 2 winningest D1 lacrosse programs continued this afternoon as the Blue Jays stepped up to the challenge and finally gave top-ranked Syracuse its toughest contest of the season. Let's head over to the Carrier Dome. Blue Jays came out firing today with 5 goals in the first quarter. The Orange, though, responded with a 6-goal run. Pick it up in the second half. SU up 8-6. Shaq Stanwyck turns the corner and cuts the Orange lead to 1 nice goal there. 2 minutes later, it's Shaq going back-to-back. That ties things at 8. The Orange would respond, though. Randy Stotts from distance, but his first shot denied, but he grabs his own rebound and buries it on the second attempt. Syracuse takes the lead once again to the 4th quarter now. SU up 10-9, but the Blue Jays on a man-up advantage. Patrick Fraser slings it by Bobby Wardwell and ties it up at 10 with just under 13 left to play. But that's as far as they get. The Orange take it from there, winning 13-10. Randy Stotts right there with an empty net insurance goal in the final minute 30, his 4th goal of the day. Over in junior college action, OCC taking on Hartford outside today. Their field lined by snowbanks, but that didn't stop them. Second quarter here. Ball loose in front of the net. Matt Bennett scoops it up, turns and fires. He goes down in a heap of navy blue, but that puts the Lasers up 10-1. Third period now, Seth Lutter to Nicholas Garbarino to the net. Garbarino would finish with a hat trick today as OCC routs Hartford 23-2. The ECAC quarterfinals are underway, and Game 1 of Colgate's best-of-3 series against Dartmouth is in the books. We'll head out to Hamilton now as the Bubble team looks to get a win here. This is crucial this weekend for the Raiders' hopes of receiving an invite to the NCAA tournament. First period here, Mike Panowick carrying the puck, tries to stuff it under the goalie's pad, but that's a no-go. Got a little chippy there. Continuing on a little later, Jesse Beamish goes one-on-one and throws it into the net from the top of the circle. Charlie Flynn gloves that easily. Raiders break things open in the third, winning 3-1 in the first of the best-of-3 series, keeping their NCAA hopes alive. So while the Raiders are looking to get into the D1 tourney in Oswego, the Lakers received an invite to the D3 tournament despite their recent skid. After spending the majority of the season at the top of the SUNYAC and even earning a #1 ranking, the Lakers dropped their final game of the season to Potsdam and most recently fell to Plattsburgh in the conference championship. They'll look to turn things around tonight in Geneva as they take on Hobart. And in the pros tonight, the Crunch picked up a win over the Adirondack Flames for the first time this season. Ryan Martindale scored a pair of goals in the 7-4 victory, his first ones for the Crunch. Tied at 4 heading into the third, defenseman Luke Witkowski netted the go-ahead goal. The Crunch maintain their 5-point lead in the Northeast Division. They'll be back in action tonight in Albany. That's a look at sports. I'm Alicia Daddario. Last fall, Kevin Ahern was named the Oswego State softball interim head coach. Ahern fills the vacancy after serving as an assistant for the past 4 seasons, which has made for an almost seamless transition.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there's been a really big adjustment period, only because I've been an assistant coach for quite a while and knew them all as freshmen coming in and recruits from day one. Maybe a little bit different philosophy, maybe a little different practice approach and some different things that we've done. But other than that, I think they knew me pretty well.
Agreeing with Ahern is senior catcher Justine Abramowski. She says he is still the same wonderful guy, and his interactive coaching style is unique in the best way.
Well, I'd say he's the same fun-loving, charismatic person that he was as an assistant. He's always out there with us, fielding the ground balls and joking around, hitting pop flies, always hitting them out of the park.
And while his responsibilities have changed, Coach Ahern certainly has not.
He's just got a little bit more of, I'd say, strategy now. He's more into making the lineup and choosing who comes in and hits and who goes out. But he's the same awesome guy that he was.
In terms of his philosophy, Coach Ahern says the right amount of working hard and keeping things light is the best approach.
It's kind of a healthy balance between intensity and having fun and keeping it loose, but not too loose.
This year's squad has made Coach extremely proud by embracing this mentality, and moving forward, he continues to instill confidence in his players by encouraging them in all aspects of the game.
I like their work ethic. I like the camaraderie that they have. They're a fun group to be around. They work hard. We just need to find that extra little level. They need to believe in themselves.
It's like an every given Sunday kind of thing, like inch by inch, but we say pitch by pitch here. So it's really just improving every single pitch, whether you're getting in the batter's box and having more confidence, or being in the field and knowing what you're going to do with the ball before you have it. It's really a big thing here is attitude.
And while the Lakers have a 3-7 record this season, Coach Ahern is optimistic about what is in store for this softball program.
And I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the things that we can do here.
Hockey and basketball are categorized as winter sports. However, they are fortunate to play with a roof over their head. Spring sports aren't so lucky, and they've had to endure just about all the harsh weather conditions Mother Nature has thrown their way.
This year it's been a long winter, and we've only been outside for practice 5 times, and 4 of those were in North Carolina, and 1 was here the day before our Utica game on Thursday of last week.
Men's lacrosse coach Ryan Martin says the team is thankful for the Romney Fieldhouse, but dealing with the weather has been rough due to lack of game-like practices.
This is a great space, but it's not a lacrosse fields. It's affected us with riding and clearing. It's tough to simulate in some of the spacing and 6-on-6 and man-up, man-down situations, but we do our best to try to simulate them in practice.
Senior attackman Chris Porton agrees that not being outside isn't the best scenario, but offers some leadership advice on how the team plans to push through.
We just got to change our game plan up a little bit. We can't use our speed and agility as much as we'd like to, so we change up to picks and things like that to try to take advantage of the defense and score more goals.
Lacrosse isn't the only sport that's being affected by this terrible spring weather. I'm on the softball field, and as you can see behind me, there is a muddy pit where the second baseman stands, making it extremely dangerous for players to be on.
But right now it looks a little scary. It's just too wet. We can't play in that type of surface, so it's got to dry out, and they'll put some quick drying things in our field to help that out.
The Oswego Athletic Department has canceled and postponed numerous games the past 2 weeks. Both Coach Price and Porton admit that of their 4 years in Oswego, this has been the most challenging.
It's been tricky this year. This has been the most difficult year as far as the weather and our field conditions, for sure.
The winter's been something that our teams kind of have to get accustomed to. It's been the worst winter that I've had since I've been up here.
As the season continues to progress, spring sports look to focus less on weather or field conditions and more on defeating their opponents. Alicia Daddario, Oswego Now.